Hello everyone, this is Scott Liou, your English teacher. Today I'm going to teach you a very nice way to master English vocabulary. As you know, every word have a family, just like you and me. The words in a family share similar meanings and spellings. If you know one of them, you may know all of them. Let me show you how. But first, you must learn 4 letter changing rules so that you may understand how one word changed into his brother or sister in the same family. Rule number 1, A-E-I-O-U, so-called the vowel. A-E-I-O-U and Y are known to be interchangeable to make similar words in a family. Don't forget, A-E-I-O-U and Y are interchangeable. Almost all the irregular forms of the verb go in this way. For example, sing, sang, song, sink, sank, song, swim, swam, swam. As you can see, from the verb root to past tense and past participle, I changed to A and changed to U. They are brother and sister. Or an adjective changed to is noun. For example, hot to heat, from adjective to noun. As you can see, O in hot become EA in heat, A-E-I-O-U. They are interchangeable. From cool, you get chill. O in cool become I in chill. And how about the H? Forget about H. Most of the time, H can be ignored. It's just an emphasis sound. And one L become 2L. The pronunciation is all the same. Let's take a look at another example. In the Pacific Ocean, we call the big storm typhoon. But in the Atlantic Ocean, we call it hurricane. Something special about a hurricane or a typhoon is that it comes fast and leaves fast. So hurricane actually mean hurry, come. As you can see, Y in hurry become I in hurricane. And come, O become A. But how about N and M? As you know, A and M used to be interchangeable. They are the same in the ancient time. If a typhoon stays longer in the place than it should, it lingers. Linger means staying longer. Linger comes from longer. As you can see, O in longer become I in linger. If 2 typhoons come at the same time, we'll say they come simultaneously. Simultaneously means same time. Same, S-A-M-E becomes simul, S-I-M-U. A become I, E become U. The L in the middle is useless and can be ignored. And the time become ten. I in time become A in 10, and M used to be the same thing. A ferocious typhoon is a horror to people in Asia. This means that a ferocious typhoon is full of force and makes people's hair stand on end. Ferocious comes from force. Ferocy, as you can see, is actually force. The O in force becomes E in ferocy. And O in ferocy is meaningless, can be ignored. And the final letter E in force become I in ferocy. And how about the OUS? If you see OUS at the end of the word, that means it's an adjective and also mean many, much. Here it means much. Much force is ferocious. Horror comes from hair, but why? Maybe horror make your hair stand on end. Therefore, HOR is short for hair, AI in hair become O in HOR. A bait is something for an animal to buy so that you may catch it. But when you go fishing, you're sure to use bait, aren't you? Bait comes from bite. The I in bite becomes AI in bait. I wonder if you have ever tasted Chinese herb medicine before. It tastes bitter, as if there were something biting your tongue. Yes, bitter comes from bite. A beetle is a little insect which bites lips. Again, L in beetle is useless. If you leave this L alone, you ignore that, you will see beetle actually comes from bite. In hunting, dogs are sent to bite rabbit, foxes, or birds. Similarly, if a person obeys other people to do something bad, he regards these people as his hunting dog to bite for him. Therefore, BET in a bait comes from bite. Finally, if you bet your money on the racing horse, you surely want to win and buy the prize money back.